post-summer of Love California Sunshine. All these young men, and they were overwhelmingly young men, came from a country that at the time believed a taste for luxury or convenience was a harbinger of inevitable moral decline. Rick Wakeman, who went to the United States with Yes in the early 70s, could not believe they were staying in hotels with rooms that had actual bathrooms because we were used to bed and breakfast in the UK. They also came from a country not given to the advertising of feelings. John Peel, who first went in 1960, had never before heard a woman say fuck. The natives were refreshingly demonstrative in all kinds of ways. Jeff Lynne remembers the carload of American girls passing his band on Hollywood Boulevard, raising their shirts and showing their breasts. He remembers the band of Brummies looking at each other and saying, "Good here, isn't it?" It was all unimaginably thrilling. The time off was like an unsupervised school trip for horny young adults, financed from a bottomless exchequer. Even the work part, the bit that might be a chore back in the UK, was suddenly hugely exciting once you did it in the place you were soon referring to the considerable annoyance of your friends back in England, as stateside. Ian Hunter of Mott the Hoople, one of the few of these adventurers actually to keep a diary, likened the experience of touring America to getting married every day. These musicians' collective experience as part of what became known as the British invasion changed them all as people. It also changed music. Furthermore, this apparently benign clash of cultures changed America as well. For the rest of us, who merely remained at home and read about it, well, it changed us too. Once it had happened, it seemed as though it had always been inevitable. Before it happened, it had seemed as though it was impossible. And the amazing thing was that when it happened so quickly. Insufficient respect is paid by scholars of pop music to Germany's Iron Chancellor of the 19th century, Otto von Bismarck. Asked near the end of his life in 1898 what he felt had been the most significant factor affecting modern history, he answered, "The fact that the Americans speak the same language as the English." The Chancellor couldn't have been expected to see exactly how this factor would come to govern the outcome of 2 world wars involving the nation he represented. And it would clearly have been asking too much of him to foresee how this factor would play in another world where a shared language can similarly grease the wheels, the world of the popular song. For the last 100 years, since the invention of radio and the talking pictures, 2 forms of entertainment have shaped the consciousness of much of the world. One has been pop music and the other has been the Hollywood movie. As Bismarck predicted, much of that shaping has taken place in English, whether in its original form or in its significantly different American incarnation. Even at the time Bismarck spoke, in the era of horse-drawn transport and a pianoforte in every middle-class living room, there was already a brisk traffic in musical comedies and popular song between London and New York. In the 19th century, the big hit operettas of Gilbert and Sullivan were regularly imported and often imitated on Broadway. However, the traffic wasn't all one way, nor was it always of the kind you might expect. The buttoned-up English had an unexpected reputation for craving novelty. Soon after the turn of the century, the musical In Dahomey, with its cast of African Americans, toured Britain with great success. The original Dixieland Jazz Band played Tiger Rag at Buckingham Palace in 1919 in front of an audience that included King George V and Marshal Pétain of France. This was at a time when no similar invitation was